Hello everyone, my name is Toby Macormac, Warrington Town Chairman, and I'm here today to answer your questions. Yes, there are, but a lot of it depends on sort of what division we're going to be in next season, because of course we've got to make changes to the ground to satisfy a ground grade B. So within that, that is factored into it, and of course if we're unfortunate we don't make it, it will be in a different place to where it would be to achieve the ground B. But yeah, there is plans in place for it. Difficult one to answer because you know, there's still between a quarter and a fifth of the season left, believe it or not. So long way to go, a lot of decisions to make, and we will be. You know, myself and Paul will be entering into conversations with the current couple of players soon. We are in deep conversation with the two regarding the contract extension, which hopefully we'll be able to announce soon. But as regards the squad and what we've got now, that we'll be entering into that shortly, because like I say, there's quite a lot of games still to play. Favourite moment? I suppose everyone points sort of to the FA Cup against Exeter, which was a great moment. I think up to now, probably when we won the league here against Prescott. You know, and it was a favourite moment, and I think it was more of a relief that we'd finally got over the line. Of course, 2 seasons before we had the playoff semi-finals against Bamber, then we had the FA Cup run, which sort of stifled the promotion challenge a little bit. So I think yeah, winning the league against Prescott was a great moment and a great day, and just a great achievement really. But say achievement, it was more of a relief that it was an achievement. But yeah, that's probably my favourite moment today. Tough with Victoria Park because there's a lot of rugby ownership on the ground. You know, there's no point in sort of beating around the bush there, and I think there's probably too much to do with the athletic stand to make it into a ground grade B. You can't rule Victoria Park out because of where it is in its location, but there is a lot of work to do. It would need a lot of backing. Me, probably. In a word, yeah. You know, it's probably no secret that, you know, there's a lot of investment comes from myself and a colleague into the club, so you know, we're aware of what the cost is, and the target will be, of course, to try and fund as much of that as we can. You know, I've laid off what is called FSIF funding, which is Football Stadium Improvement Funding. It works on a 5-year rolling period, so I've ensured that we've not touched any of that. And in the division above, if successful, you get 70-30 funding. So I'm hoping that we can put a big package together, floodlights, turnstiles, new dugouts and all the other bits and bobs that need doing. Would be a big grant application, and it would of course need capital to fund it. But I factor that into the progress, and I'm hopeful that we can get that done. Easy one, that. Ben Garrity being absolutely phenomenal for us, and you know, if you think about where Ben's come from, Ben's background, you know, he's not had an academy background like most players. You know, to come to this level of football and take to it like he has, and improve as he has as a player. You know, he's came in and he improves every week, and you know, gives 110%. And he's a great lad on and off the field. You know, I think he's surprised a lot of people this year, you know, especially visiting scouts as well. It's a question I get asked a lot really, and there's quite a lot of things to factor in with turning full time. You know, it's a huge change for any club or business to go from part time to full time, because there's a number of things that you need. You know, you'll need a full time manager, a full time coach, full-time physiotherapist. You'll also need a training facility that you can attend 4 or 5 days a week, that also maybe possibly has a catering facility. Not a massive need, but you could need one. You need a room for video analysis to show the lads the games, and as I mentioned, a physio area, maybe an indoor area with a small gym in for winter training. So you've got to factor all those aspects in, and then when you've done that and you've ticked all those off, you then find yourself looking for 20 full-time players. Now there'll be an element of when we're at that stage when I think the time's right for us to make that decision. There'll be an element of players within the game that are in the full-time circuit, so you can sign them. But you're also asking, some of your existing lads at that time to finish their careers, if you like, of whatever they're doing, be it landscape gardeners to electricians, could be doing anything, to turn that in and become full-time footballers. And what you'll find a lot of now is that a lot of players coach at clubs in their daytime. I mean, Robbie Evans is a good example. Robbie Evans is, I think, Wrexham's under-15s coach. So they do stuff in the day. It works in well with the part-time football. So it's a milestone. It's something that we're looking at doing. But the time's got to be right, and we've got to get all those things factored in first before we do anything. And I think out of that list, the most important has to be the training facility. That was a great Q&A session there, really enjoyed that. So I'd like to thank you for all the questions that you've sent in. Feel free to ask me on a match day when you're down for the games, and try and push as hard as you can to get as many down, because the more people are here, that'll get us over the line quicker for a great promotion, which in my view will be a real achievement this year, given what we targeted at the start. Thank you.